LG Smart TV users, has your TV's HDMI suddenly stopped working? You plug in the cable, but all you see is no signal or just a black screen. Don't worry. In today's video, I'll show you a complete step-by-step HDMI troubleshooting guide to fix this problem. By the end of this video, your HDMI ports will be working perfectly again. So let's get started. Hammer and wrench. Step 1, check HDMI cable and port first. Check your HDMI cable. Unplug the cable and plug it back in firmly. If possible, test with a different HDMI cable. Also try plugging into another port, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, etc. Carefully unplug the HDMI cable from both the TV and the connected device. Firmly plug it back in, making sure it's seated properly. Sometimes a loose connection is enough to stop the signal. If you have another HDMI cable lying around, use it to test. Not all HDMI cables are made equal. Cheap or old cables often stop working, especially if they're bent or used daily. Try different HDMI ports on your LG TV, for example, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, or HDMI ARC. A huge number of HDMI issues are simply because of faulty cables or damaged ports. HDMI cables can break internally while still looking fine from the outside. Ports also wear out if cables are frequently inserted and removed. Imagine you're connecting your laptop to your TV, and it doesn't show anything. You assume it's the TV's fault. But then, when you try another HDMI cable, it works instantly. That's how common cable-related problems are. Many times the issue comes from a faulty cable or port, not the TV itself. Hammer and wrench. Step 2, select correct HDMI input on your TV remote, press the input/source button. Make sure your TV is set to the correct HDMI input. If your device is connected to HDMI 2 but your TV is set to HDMI 1, you won't get a signal. Backhand index pointing right. This is a simple setting, but often it's the main reason HDMI doesn't work. On your LG remote, press the input or source button. You'll see a list of inputs on your screen, like HDMI 1, HDMI 2, AV, USB, etc. Select the exact HDMI port where your device is connected. If your device is connected to HDMI 2 but your TV is still set to HDMI 1, the TV simply won't detect the signal. Many people think their TV is broken, when in reality it's just on the wrong input. Let's say your gaming console is plugged into HDMI 2, but you left the TV on HDMI 1 after watching something else yesterday. The screen will show no signal, but nothing is wrong, you just need to switch inputs. Backhand index pointing right. It's a very simple setting, but it solves the problem for thousands of users. Hammer and wrench. Step 3, power cycle TV and devices. Turn off both your TV and the connected device, laptop, PlayStation, set-top box, etc. Unplug the power cord for about 2 minutes. Plug it back in and turn everything on again. Backhand index pointing right. This small reset fixes most HDMI handshake issues. Turn off the connected device, like a laptop, PlayStation, Xbox, or set-top box. Unplug both devices from the power outlet. Wait at least 2 minutes, this allows the internal memory to reset. Plug them back in and power them on again. HDMI works by something called a handshake protocol. Your device and TV must communicate properly to establish a connection. Sometimes, if either the TV or device gets stuck, the handshake fails, and no signal is displayed. A simple restart clears this problem. Imagine you connect your PlayStation, and the TV doesn't recognize it. You panic, but after turning off both devices and restarting them, the HDMI suddenly works fine. That's the power of a reset. Hammer and wrench. Step 4, check resolution and compatibility. If you're connecting a PC or laptop, make sure the display resolution is compatible with your TV. If you output 4K 120Hz but your TV only supports 1080p, you'll get a signal error. Set the resolution to a mode supported by your TV. Hammer and wrench. Step 5, update TV firmware. Go to Settings, Support, Software Update on your LG TV. Check for updates and install them if available. Outdated firmware sometimes prevents HDMI ports from detecting devices properly. Check for the latest firmware updates and install them. Restart your TV after the update. LG regularly releases updates that fix bugs, improve compatibility, and enhance HDMI recognition. If your TV firmware is outdated, HDMI ports may not detect devices properly. One LG TV model had a known bug where HDMI stopped working after connecting to a PC. The issue was fixed in a software update. Without updating, users kept facing the same problem. After updating, restart your TV and test HDMI again. Hammer and wrench step 6, reset HDMI settings in TV settings, toggle HDMI-CEC, Simplink, off and then back on. If the problem still continues, perform a factory reset as the last option. Go to your LG TV settings. Look for HDMI-CEC, Simplink, and turn it off, then turn it back on. This resets how the TV communicates with devices. If issues persist, perform a factory reset. Sometimes CEC, which lets devices control each other through HDMI, interferes with connections. Resetting clears that conflict. A factory reset should be your last option, as it erases all custom settings but can fix deep system issues. So friends, by following these steps you can easily fix the HDMI issue on your LG TV. The most common solutions are checking the cable, selecting the correct input, and updating the software. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, which steps solved your problem.